So I'm back again because about a day after the leaks, IGN did a big reveal about MK Snowblind, talk about the voice actors and the characters and a bit about the plot. So let's just quickly go over that because from the glimpses of it I've seen, it seems way less interesting than I was hoping it could be. And I guess that means that first video is going to have to go in the playlist of all the times the Fourth Snake gave NetherRealm, or in this case, you know, Warner Bros., the benefit of the doubt, and it fucking backfired. So here we are with this IGN article, exclusive reveal the voice casts and exclusive new photo. Ooh. So inspired by the game franchise, you know, the usual shit. It's approaching its 30th anniversary. That's one of the most significant things here. This is a movie releasing for the 30th anniversary of the franchise. So you would think they would have wanted to do a pretty big story for it. But this is just basically a spin-off side story that you would really see in, like, a comic tie-in. So it just seems a weird thing to go for, but, you know, fuck it. It's something, right? It's something for the 30th anniversary, because, you know, unless NetherRealm announces, like, a remaster collection of some of the older games at EVO or something and release those in October, we're not getting anything from them, as usual. Directed by Rick Morales, who also produced Scorpion's Revenge and Battle of the Realms. Jeremy Adams, who wrote the previous two films, is back as screenwriter, so it's going to be somewhat consistent, at least. So if you like those films, then theoretically you'll like this one, and if you dislike them, then theoretically you'll dislike this one. Exclusive new image of Kuai Liang and Kenshi. So Kenshi appears to have, I think that's the MKX one, just without the coat. I could be wrong though, but it's basically a typical Kenshi outfit. And then here's Kuai Liang, who just looks like he just steps off the set of Avatar The Last Airbender. And looking at his outfit, it seems at my estimation in the previous video that he had grey hair like he did in Deadly Alliance, because he now had the Dragon Medallion and was Grandmaster of Lin Kuei. Based on his outfit, that seems to not be the case. It looks more like he didn't refund the Lin Kuei, he just left it to rot, went off into exile, and now he's just some fucking hobo. And that's way less interesting, way less cool. I gave them way too much the benefit of the doubt, because I'm just desperate to have something good from MK, and it just doesn't happen. The movie cast includes Manny Jacinto from Top Gun Maverick and The Good Place, and David Wenham, as well as Ron Ewan, who voiced... Yeah, so you see, they acknowledge it here that Ron Ewan, the voice of Scorpion in MK11, who also played him in MK Generations, but that was never released, is playing Sub-Zero, which is so weird. Like, they took Kuai Liang's voice actor from the more recent games and had him play Bi-Han, and had someone else play Kuai Liang, and now Kuai Liang's been recast to the guy who played Scorpion, which is always amusing when a Scorpion actor also plays Sub-Zero. At some point, like in MK Annihilation, JJ Perry was Scorpion and Cyrax, and went on to play Sub-Zero in Conquest, opposite Chris Casamassa, who played him in the first film. Yeah, if the existence of Copycast, which is getting a new episode soon, wasn't enough of an indication, I'm a huge nerd for, like, acting and voice acting trivia. So we have these actors. I'm not sure who this guy is. They've also recast Kano. Let's find out who this David Wenham guy is, because the name's familiar. Oh, shit! Oh, yo, it's Faramir. Sick. Okay, so he's playing Kano instead of Robin Atkin Downes. Alright. We'll see how that goes. Even if I looked at the name of Kenshi's actor, I wouldn't know. So we have Keith Silverstein as Cabal. Makes sense, I guess. Keith Silverstein is known as characters like Zasalamel, Hawkmoth, and probably most well known for characters I can think of off the top of my head as Shido in Persona 5, or if you're a real OG, Tatsuya from Persona 2. We have Courtney Taylor as Kira. I think she used to play Ada Wong and is like the female protagonist in Fallout 4, and I think she was Jack in Mass Effect. We have Yuri Lowenthal as Cobra. That's good. It's good to see Yuri Lowenthal in MK, finally. His wife was in the series back in 2008. It's about time he got to show up. This also means that the only episode of Copycast so far is now outdated, because I now need to include the fact that Cobra in this movie is voiced by the guy who plays Makoto Yuki and Yosuke Hanamura and a bunch of other characters in Mega 10. Art Butler as Shang Tsung and Lin Kuei. Okay, so it's the guy who played Shang Tsung and Cyrax in the previous films. So he's reprising that role, and he is coming back as Shang Tsung and Lin Kuei guy. So Lin Kuei is going to be in it. So maybe Sub-Zero is the Grandmaster of Lin Kuei, or there'll be like some Lin Kuei guys who are coming to track him down, to kill him, or to try and get him to come and take over the clan, or something. Then we have Imari Williams, who... Oh no. We're also getting Patrick Seitz back, you know, Scorpion's in it. I'm not familiar with these other actors. I think I've heard of Deborah Wilson before. Kano is hellbent on taking over Earthrealm, which, like, so is this just a desert or is it a post-apocalypse? I hope it's not a post-apocalypse. Kano's hellbent on taking over Earthrealm, viciously attacking town after town with the aid of 3 cold-blooded Black Dragon mercenaries. So yeah, Cabal's a villain again. Actually, 3 the plus Tremor. So one of those could be a good guy, which, you know, I'm kind of sick of Kabal just being a villain all the time. He's supposed to be a good guy or a guy who is like constantly struggling with the good and the bad. Maybe we'll see him have some of that struggle, maybe he'll defect in the end. Who knows? Is Tremor split off from them intentionally because he's going to be a separate entity, or is Kabal actually not going to be a member of the Black Dragon currently and will be trying to fight against Kano? Oh no. Kenshi loses his eyesight to Kano. So Shang Tsung being in this is completely incidental. It's got nothing to do with the established backstory of how Kenshi lost his fucking vision. Oh, that's awful. Under the tutelage of Kuai Liang, he's going to be his apprentice. Oh, he's an old man, and Kenshi's a young man. They're supposed to be around the same age. Whereas here it's like, this is more like as if Kenshi was Takeda. There actually was a comment on the other video that someone made. You know, maybe it is Takeda, and I'm like, no, clearly it's not. But it seems to have taken a lot of Takeda's elements. The only reason I can think of for why they might have chosen Sub-Zero in place of Scorpion, just having Takeda or something, is because Scorpion already had his own movie, so I guess they wanted to have someone else get the focus this time. Especially since Scorpion was already the main character of the first film and the focus of the B-plot of the second film. The only other fighter powerful enough to challenge Kano. The only other fighter powerful enough to challenge... Where's everyone else? Where's the guy who turned into a god and fucking destroyed Shao Kahn? Where are Johnny and Sonya? Like, you're having a movie with Kano as the villain, and unless one of these actors is playing Sonya, why she's not in it? I mean, I guess it's nice that Kano gets to have something to do that's not just Sonya's rival for once, but it does seem weird to not have Sonya be in it at all. On the way, Kenshi rediscovers the hope he had lost and a possible path to redemption, but will it be enough to stop Kano and save Earth? But why would you pick Kenshi to be Kano's nemesis? It's kind of weird. Every time Kano is a significant villain and not just a jobber, just to lose to Sonya and other characters, every time that happens, which is really just this in Special Forces, actually also the Raiden and Kano miniseries from Malibu, every time this happens, Sonya is never even part of it. Sonya never gets to be part of these spin-offs that have Kano in a major role. She just gets relegated to the person who beats the shit out of him in the main installments when he shows up because he gets a free pass due to being an MK1 character, so he has to come back every time. Yeah, so reading this movie sounds like absolute garbage. Like, holy shit, I had some hope for this thing, and now, wow! This is an awful premise. Like, think about this. The idea of Kano going from town to town with a combination of a fast man, a woman with knives, Ken without the powers, and Tremor, who actually can do some damage. Like, they're going around as attacking towns in modern day. Like, this isn't like it was, you know, set in Conquest times, the 1500s or something. It's not like that, where, you know, the characters just could go around to all these small towns and just beat everyone with a few powers. No, this is modern day. If they go to a town, there'd be cops there with guns. And it's like, so these guys can just take them all out easily? This is such a weird concept. I don't get why you would go for this. I mean, it's a new plot, I guess. I mean, it's the first time I've had a new plot in MK since, like, really 2015. Everything else has been a lot more of a rehash and reimagining of existing stories. So I guess it has that going for it. You know, it's cool seeing some 3D era characters getting some representation, although being villains, you know they're going to die. I think the best I can realistically hope for with this film is that Kano will be cool and not just a complete joke, because I'm tired of Kano just like this shitty joke guy who gets his ass kicked all the time. And that maybe Kabal will finally be a good guy again, because we've not seen that since 2011. It's been a decade of just like bad villain rewrites of Kabal, and I can't wait to see what the excuse is in the movie for why, like, Liu Kang and the Special Forces. Are they going to have it that Sonya can't fight Kano because she's pregnant? Is that what it's going to be? Like, oh no, she's pregnant, so she can't. And Johnny's with her because she's pregnant. And Jax is having his kid, so he has to stay with his wife, so they can't get involved. I mean, I feel like they have to have some kind of explanation, right? Like, you can't just leave them out. They were so important in the last films. You can't just not explain it. You can't not explain why Sonya Blade is not pursuing Kano when he's been a huge menace. Also, sound off in the comments, right? So we know what Sub-Zero looks like. He's going to get his MK11 outfit at the end of the film when he, you know, when Kenshi's inspired him to become Sub-Zero again. Shang Tsung we know is going to be younger. Tremor only really has one design to go for. Cobra will probably go with the hoodie version just to look less like Ken. Kira could be either of her outfits. Kabal will probably go with his MK11 look. What do we reckon for Kano? Will he still be in his MKX design, or is he going to go for MK11? Same with Scorpion. I imagine Scorpion probably will just be MK11 because he's got his revenge, he's got his peace, he's probably going to be in his MK11 design, with the actual default design, which is not even canon in the games because he's human by then. Whereas here he's still undead, as far as we know. I mean, things might have changed in the interim. I mean, this does seem to be set many years later. Oh god, do you reckon the film stinger will be Kenshi getting recruited by Sonya to the Special Forces, and he'll be like, here, let me introduce you to my son? Honestly, it wouldn't surprise me if Scorpion isn't listed here, but Patrick Sack. I mean, I guess it's possible Scorpion won't be in it, but let's be real, it's not possible Scorpion won't be in it. So I wonder if it's going to be a thing where Kenshi at the start or end of the film will have left his son with Scorpion while he goes off to do his thing. It would make sense. For those of you who like it and I have some hope and optimism for MK, yeah, sorry, it's all gone. And for those of you who are aware of the curse of me showing any kind of hope or optimism for an MK thing, only for it to turn into complete shit, well, this was a new record, admittedly, so that's kind of cool, but at the same time, I'm also sorry to you guys, because I think this was my fault.